Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Monday, February 24th. You know what that means. It is time for the High Risk Wrestling Recap. I am your host, Jeremy Pierce. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. Without further ado, let's get into the news. Well, there is a reason that AEW chose Brisbane, Australia over Sydney, Australia, and that's because the city of Brisbane itself, well, not choosing the city of Brisbane, but choosing that arena, the bigger arena, and that's because Brisbane wanted it to be a trial run to possibly host the Olympics in about a decade. Remember, Sydney has hosted the Olympics, but Brisbane wanted to do that. Yes, AEW still kind of messed up without, should have lowered the prices, but still, it's not on them. Weed is no longer part of the banned substance list. This is according to Mia Yim, part of the WWE. This is good. This is solid. Like, weed is not really doing anything. I mean, it's healthy. It helps. It heals. That's what we got going on. Peter Rosenberg will be doing the play-by-play commentary for WWE Evolve. Remember, Evolve is like it's replacing Main Event and is like the supplemental show for NXT. This will be his first time doing commentary of this type. Two people have crossed the line over to TNA. Kenzie Mitchell, formerly of the WWE, is the new ring announcer for TNA, and Elijah, the artist formerly known as Elias, has also joined TNA. This is a good get for both of them. New Japan Pro Wrestling talent are left without contracts as negotiations drag on. This goes from Gabe Kidd all the way up to Kevin Knight. They may or may not be free agents, but they are definitely in some sort of limbo with New Japan Pro Wrestling. So we shall see how things play out with all of them and their contracts. AEW has confirmed the dates and location for Double or Nothing 2026. It'll be going down Sunday, May 25th at the Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale, Arizona. For those of you that don't know, Double or Nothing is essentially AEW's WrestleMania. It's always their biggest show of the year, and this is the first time that it will not be held in Las Vegas. We'll see how this shapes out. It's good to start moving shows around. As you see, Dynasty will be taking place in Philadelphia this year. Revolution will be taking place in LA. Really good. An update on Britt Baker and her status. She's just away dealing with some personal issues and a couple other things. Yeah, she's not the most popular lady in the locker room, but if you knew kind of what she was going through in her personal life, you would kind of give her a break. But she is still under contract and with AEW. Hacksaw Jim Duggan has signed a Legends deal with the WWE. This is good news. He is a legend, one of the originals. Remember, he won the first ever Royal Rumble. So WWE's wrapping up these legends, putting them in these deals, getting them signed, and that is always a good thing. Scott Steiner's son, Brock, has signed with WWE under an NIL deal. This was revealed during an interview with Jim of Barcelona. Brock's brother, Brandon, confirmed this news. We'll see what happens with another third generation superstar in the WWE. AEW talent are frustrated over the lack of production meetings before events. There needs to be production meetings. You need to be able to get these things done. You need to be able to get these things worked out, or we wouldn't have what happened with Thunder Rosa this past week on Dynamite with the awkwardness and just the timing of things. Production meetings are very, very important. The WWE and The Rock have announced the date and location for WrestleMania 42, and the WWE will be returning to New Orleans as WrestleMania 42 will be taking place Saturday and Sunday, April 11th and 12th, respectively, at the Caesars Superdome. This is the third time that they have gone to New Orleans. Carmella is no longer with the WWE as her contract was not renewed. She's been out for 2 years, one on maternity leave, but two, she has suffered from drop foot syndrome, so her mobility has been very, very limited. We'll see what's next with her. First things first, gotta get healthy. I was a fan of Carmella, still like Carmella. I'm looking at a company over there who needs someone else to cross the line. The WWE's women's division is frustrated over the creative plans and the lack of opportunities, what's going on in the division. If you look at what's going on in the WWE Women's Division right now, it's the same woman at the top of the card over and over and over again, introducing these new titles we thought would help, but apparently it has not. As you saw recently that Chelsea and Lyra both lost non-title matches to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. Over on the AEW side of things, Max is starting to include the AEW pay-per-view archive, and weekly shows are coming at some point, but for the next couple of years, past couple of years, the AEW archive will be coming in. This is great news. This is a good deal. I don't know why people would think otherwise. Ryan Nemeth is suing Tony Khan, AEW, and CM Punk over alleged abuse and other things. You gotta remember what happened with Ryan Nemeth. Punk said something, and Nemeth just tweeted it, and Punk confronted him, and AEW wanted Ryan to sign an NDA, and he wasn't down with that. We'll see what goes on with this lawsuit. We'll see if Ryan has a case, and there's some excellent, fantastic news. If you saw the video, Lex Luger is now able to get out of his wheelchair without any help, thanks to a great man that is DDP and his DDP yoga program. This is absolutely fantastic. I can't rave enough about the good that DDP has put out into this world. On the injury side of things, Joey Janela needs major surgery. I've suffered injury. I think we went over this last week, but just, bring it back up. One of the top guys on the independent scene will be out for the time being. Both Anthony Henry and JD Drake are both sidelined with injuries. This tag team of just really good wrestlers are going to be out for a while. Sky Blue is nearing her AEW return after her injury setback, looking at maybe another month or two, maybe 3 to get her back. And Kill Switch, aka Luchasaurus, is better. He's healing after dealing with his situation, which was very tough, but looks like he'll be coming back in due time. But that's the news. Those are injuries, and we'll be right back with the weekend review. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know how we do weekend review Monday Night Raw. And we start off with Sami Zayn wanting to face Kevin Owens, but he is not cleared. KO put a beating to this man, and Adam Pearce doesn't want to make the match, but Sami begs and pleads, and Pearce progressively makes an unsanctioned match between KO and Sami Zayn at the Elimination Chamber. We got more cracks shown for the Judgment Day. Finn vowing to win, Liv in the chamber, no new members, Dom egging on Finn. It's not looking good for our boys. AJ Styles then went on to beat Dom, and then he was confronted by Braun Breaker, but he got the better of Braun in a really smooth move of catching Braun's shirt. Let's see where this leads. Ivy now tells the Creeds that they need to have gold by the time Chad Gable gets back. That was the plan. That was always the goal. And then Dakota Kai goes on to beat Ivy now to become the number 1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther ends up mocking Jey Uso and just really cuts him down with words. And then he asks Pat McAfee, do you believe that Jey can win? And Pat's like, yeah, I believe he can win. And then Jey went on to attack Gunther until security broke them all up. Liv and Raquel don't cop to attacking Jey. Penta defeated Pete Dunne, and then he fights off Pete Dunne and Ludwig Kaiser, so we'll see where this leads. Hopefully not to a triple threat match. Roxanne Perez defeated Raquel Rodriguez to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. This was a great. This was a fun match. Not a great match, but it was a fun match. Bianca and Naomi got involved to cause Raquel the match. Seth Rollins says he's got to beat Finn, and they do have history. After he leaves, Karrion Kross says some stuff about Seth still dredging to the past with Finn. Jey thinking he beat Gunther, and Sami really wanting to fight KO. This is a good role for Karrion Kross. The New Day says that Kofi should be the locker room leader, and you got to remember these things. Kofi's been in the WWE longer. He has more championships than Ray, and have never left, and that's why they attacked Ray. And it's not fair what they're doing to the New Day. The LWO Sanford Mysterio came out to attack them. And in the main event, Seth Rollins defeated Finn Balor to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. Well, Finn Balor continues. Maybe he'll get a win at some point. This show gets a fist over on Dynamite. Copeland is coming for the Death Riders. MJF and Hangman have a supreme face-off in a great verbal exchange, which ends with MJF spitting on Hangman. This was good. This was really good. Hangman wanted to tell MJF, like, yo, I've done some heinous things, but they still love me because I'm true. And Christopher Daniels fell on his sword, and I didn't want to do that, but he went out of words with, what have you done? And MJF just cut Hangman to the core, like, yo, you think you're the good guy, you're never the good guy, you'll never be the good guy. This was good. Kyle O'Reilly acknowledges that him and OC are still boys, and they will always conglomerate. Says that Roderick Strong will beat Orange Cassidy later. Even the Ops, Joe, Hook, and Shibata defeated the Patriarchy. This was pretty clean, as while Bandido will face Chris Jericho for the Ring of Honor World Championship on Collision. Jericho will make everyone remember why he is Chris Jericho. This was an awesome promo from the legend. Powerhouse Hobbs defeated Big Bill in a street fight. Double or Nothing, as we said, will take place in Glendale, Arizona. Toni Storm comes out, and she is looking for challengers who will step up. She's named Willow, she named Chris, and a few others. Who's going to step up to the Timeless One? Gabe Kidd is coming to AEW. I don't think he's signed, but he will be having a match on Collision. Marina Shafir attacked Willow Nightingale during her interview. Mox hijacks the segment and says that this is his AEW, this is his ring, his mic, those are his seats, this is his table. They are going to do this, and it's going to be his way. Jay White comes out as a distraction as Copeland gets the better of themselves. He's going to take all the Death Riders out one by one. Make sure we lead up to this Willow Nightingale Marina Shafir match that needs to go down at Revolution. Mercedes Moné is shocked to know that Momo Kongo will be challenging her for the TBS Championship at Revolution. Megan Bayne defeated Chris Statlander with some help from Penelope Ford. Thunder Rosa tried protecting Statlander, and Megan Bayne wasn't having any of it. Prince Nana implores Ricochet to give back that robe, because that robe means so much to him and the embassy, and it carries on the legacy of Jimmy Rave. And Ricochet's like, no, you're going to take it from me. In the main event, Orange Cassidy returned and defeated Roderick Strong to face Takeshita this coming week for the International Championship. Kenny Omega made the save. This was solid. Well, we know Omega is going to end up facing Takeshita. This show gets a fist over on Impact. Obafemi crosses the line. What does that mean? Well, this show gets a fist as well. Elijah, the artist formerly known as Elias, backs up Joe Hendry. He was confronted by the Colognes, and a tag match is made for later in the evening. Leon Slater says he's going to earn the respect of JDC. The Rascals defeated Wesley's crew. I forget their names, like Tyson DuPont and Rocco Nemo, I think. Lee challenges him to a 6-man tag match at Sacrifice. We had the season premiere of the First Class Penthouse, and AJ Francis says he is a phenomenal guest who has a lot of style, and it is none other than AJ Francis. Yeah, he did that. Lei Ying Lee defeated Rosemary, but got missed it for her trouble. Sammy Callahan attacked Lance Warner and hit him with a camera. Tessa Blanchard interrupts Lei Ying Ling being checked on in the back and says that a star like her should be taken care of. Eric Young is the gatekeeper of TNA and invites Steve Macklin to stand beside him with the Northern Armory. Macklin does not respond. JDC defeated Leon Slater. The system attacks Slater into the Hardys, and Obafemi made the save. Santina makes the system versus the Hardys and Obafemi for next week, so I'm expecting Obafemi and the Hardys to win. Santina puts Tessa in the match because she was supposed to fight this week and still didn't. And says she doesn't wrestle, she will be fired. Masha Slamovich doesn't want Tessa to be fired. She wants to beat her, and then she goes on to win a squash match. Cora Jade attacked Masha Slamovich, and then she ended up exchanging words with Tessa Blanchard. And we had matches made for Sacrifice, and in the main event, Joe Hendry and Elijah defeated the Colognes. Over on SmackDown, is it Jacob's time? This show gets a thumbs down. This was not a good SmackDown. SmackDown's been suffering these last couple of weeks. So Cody is arriving to the arena, and he's informed by Nick Aldis that he's pulled from the 6-man tag match due to The Rock. Okay, remember it was announced earlier that either The Rock will be here, because The Rock can do whatever he wants. Jimmy Uso defeated Drew, and then Drew goes nuts and attacks Jimmy Uso multiple times with the match, hitting him with a couple claymores. Jacob Fatu tells Solo that they'll be tagging together, you know what I mean? And they're going to do this, and you can't be backing out of everything. Truth has got a tag match, and Carmelo Hayes has a tag team partner in Miz. The Miz says they are now known as Mello Don't Miz. hilarious. We get a Zelina Vega reset vignette. Miz and Carmella defeated LA Knight. And Truth was introducing someone who was a local to New Orleans, and it was Louisiana Knight. That's not what the LA stands for, Truth. Tiffany Stratton talks down about Charlotte, who was on commentary, and she's going to tell Charlotte, I'm coming for your spot. We're done. You're over. Nia and Candice didn't threaten her. Tiffany Stratton ended up beating Candice LeRae. Trish tried making the save, but failed as Trish and Tiffany both got hit with annihilators, stacked up. Charlotte left the commentary to stand over Tiffany Stratton. Damian Priest said he'll be coming for Cody, and he will bring on focus on the tag team match later in the evening. Naomi Bianca will move on from Liv and Raquel, not just so far. Be it Alexa Bliss vignette about her winning the Chamber. Remember, she won the first ever women's elimination chamber. Liv and Raquel attacked the champs who were coming out for their match. This happened because, The Rock needed time. Chelsea and Piper will be in action next week. The Rock essentially comes out, gets goosebumps, slaps his arm, and he wants to be Cody's corner. He wants Cody to be his champion. He's coming for Cody's soul. So essentially, we got to establish that The Rock is truly on the board, because he is on the board, that he's in charge, and maybe we can do a whole corporate champion thing like we used to do with the corporation. We had a tag team title match between Pretty Deadly and DIY, and then in a no contest, the Street Profits attacked both teams and ended up standing tall. KO will not forgive Sammy for making him do what he's doing. What to do to him at the Elimination Chamber in the main event. Damian Priest and Braun Strowman defeated Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu after Solo accidentally spiked Jacob. Are we gonna get Jacob versus Solo at WrestleMania? Give it to me. Even though this sounds like it was a great show, when you go back and watch it, it was not a good show. Over on Collision, we got the Fall of the Death Riders. This show gets a thumbs up. Mariah May jumped Tony Storm as Tony was walking backstage and directed to the stage, and they will have a Hollywood ending, probably going down at Revolution, so this taking place in LA. Hologram returned and defeated the Beast Mortals. Commander made the save after the match. Mike Bailey, Speedball Mike Bailey, that man is all elite. Every match with Speedball is a dream match, and give me him versus Will Ospreay again. Everyone would feel Harley Cameron's wrath. This girl is super, super over. I'm behind her 100%. Gabe Kidd defeated the Butcher. Julia Hart defeated Queen Aminata. The Murder Machines won a squash match, and then the Hurt Syndicate says that they beat a real team because they've been doing the same thing week in and week out, month in and month out, year in and year out. Maybe they'll consider giving them a title match. The Death Riders defeated Dan Garcia in 2.0 to retain the Trios Championships. Copeland comes out, and the Undisputed Kingdom comes out as well to hold back the Death Riders as Cope gives Pac 2 concertos, and Mox looked shook. The Vendetta aren't impressed with Harley Cameron, so we'll be getting Deonna Purrazzo versus Harley Cameron coming up. Max Caster's open challenge is answered by Brody King, and of course Brody King wins, but Max Caster is still the best wrestler alive. The Outrunners agree to face the Murder Machines, and of course the Hurt Syndicate about a tag team title match in the main event. Chris Jericho defeated Bandido to retain the Ring of Honor World Championship. This was a really, really solid show. I do miss Rampage. Our matches of the week from NXT, once again, is all about the women. Zaria and Sol Ruca versus Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. And then Jordynne Grace, Giulia, and Stephanie Vaquer versus Fatal Influence. From Dynamite, Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong. From Collision, Chris Jericho versus Bandido for the Ring of Honor World Championship. So not a lot of great matches. We have some good matches. I wanted more from the street fight between Hobbs and Big Bill, but just really didn't click for me overall. But we still have some solid matches this week. But our star of the week, gotta give it to Moose, who showed up at NXT and had the ruler with fear in his eyes. But that's the show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Look what we got coming up this week for the rest of the month. The Chamber is this weekend, so you know we got to review that joint. And check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations 52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. Peace.